Hey everyone, welcome back to Apollo Art Analysis. In today's episode, we're going to be studying a piece by the established AI generative artist known as nvnot, and in this episode, we're going to be looking at chaos conveyed through color and texture. We're also going to explore the title of this work as The Dissonant Divine, so let's jump right into it. So at first sight, we're struck by such intense offerings of this charred composition. Our first impression is likely one of shock due to the striking and, like I said, intense scene before us. One of the first things I notice how space is used within the scene at hand, right? We see a majority of this feels rather vague, but right in center we have a subject that's defined by a faintly dark on light accent. And the next thing I notice is the impact of color. We see this quite clearly, right? We have red and lilac, and I use the word lilac very specifically. This is a light or delicate purple, and this red, this burning and blood red, stands in direct contrast to that light lilac. And with this in mind, we also have the impact of texture here. We see the rough, roiling, and burnt, all of which give a very grim and dark aesthetic to the work at hand. And another thing I notice is the impact of reflection. We see this quite clearly in the lower lanes of the work. This blood red almost looks as if it's dripping down, and so the reflection or the mirrored nature of that intensifies its presence and also translates that downwards. So I think that's pretty important here. With this in mind, how do y'all feel when you view this piece? And so we're met with this lone subject set in center, right? Their form feels vaguely human, but when you look closer, it is mangled and marred. So it's just absolutely terrifying there. And after a short time of this work, you may start to think about the setting of this scene. It's quite terrifying, and it is surreal to the most intense degree. It's hard to say exactly what we're witnessing. Of course, these vague forms feel biological or even alien in nature, but at the end of the day, it is quite surreal. And this is a place where, it is the deepest hell, where blood and brimstone burn with no mercy. And the title of this work as The Dissonant Divine may aid in getting some insights about this work, right? The idea of the dissonant or dissonance is typically a term used in music to show, say, fragmented disharmony or, say, the unbalanced. And the use of this word here is pretty appropriate, right? The dissonant divine shows that even darkness can be divinity as well, right? Satan and the devil were fallen angels, so like I said, even darkness may be considered in the realm of divinity. But at the end of the day, welcome to a hellish realm. It's about time you stopped wishing us away. Darkness is not something that you can just ignore, right? It's like painting over mold on a wall. It just metastasizes. And so face darkness directly. This is a stunning and very terrifying work. I really enjoyed studying it. I really hope y'all enjoyed today. The work before us is an AI generative artwork, so it's created an AI art program. That program is going to be Stable Diffusion. Stable Diffusion is probably the most decentralized offering out there in my eyes. It's not, say, an establishment program like DALL-E 2 or Midjourney. Stable Diffusion allows you to very custom and fine-tune the works that you create. I know a lot of professionals who are using this, from Proxima Centauri B to nvnot, the work before us. Here are so many different artists who are using Stable Diffusion to really customize and create their AI generative artwork. So, like I said, really hope y'all enjoyed today. If y'all want to get into the world of AI generative artwork, if you're feeling, brave and ballsy, I would surely go for Stable Diffusion. Difficult place to start, but at the end of the day, I think it is quite rewarding. So if you go to some of the more difficult programs when you start creating AI art, I think that's a really good foundation. But like I said, if y'all want to get into the world of AI art, if you're not feeling like Stable Diffusion, just try with something like DALL-E 2 or Midjourney at the very least. But regardless, really hope y'all enjoyed today. The work before us, like I said, is terrifying. It is charred and mangled, and I really hope y'all enjoyed today. We talked about so many different things, from the impact of texture, the impact of color. We talked about, say, the setting of this scene. We talked about the mangled and marred form of our subject. So many different things we hit on today. I truly hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all enjoyed today's episode, make sure to check out the original artist nvnot, doing some amazing stuff in the world of AI generative artwork, as well as mixed media AI art as well. Something that I think is incredibly underrated. But like I said, if y'all enjoyed, go check out the original artist nvnot. My name's Apollo. This was Apollo Art Analysis, and I'll see y'all on the next episode. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to support our work directly, please check out our Apollo community tokens. Apollo Art Exchange is an ecosystem of art appreciation which elevates artists each and every day. Thanks for listening.